Hey everyone, it's Anthony here. I'm doing a little bit better today. I'm not as much pain and exhaustion as I've been last few weeks. Um, Today is my fill the pillbox day. Every 2 weeks, I fill my pillboxes with my medications. This way, I don't have to fluster and fumble around trying to figure out what meds I need to take, what I don't. I take meds in the morning and I take meds at night. Some of them are the same medications. I only take 3 at night, but I take a lot more during the day. Some are HIV medications, some are medications for fibromyalgia, some are supplements, some are vitamins, some are nutrients, just things that I take either to be actively trying to deal with whatever issue I'm having, physical issue or mental issue, or to try to be preemptive. Because some of the things like osteoarthritis that I have, in my joints, um, I there's no way of reversing it, but there is a way of slowing it down, and that is including taking these medications. I need to start exercising more, which would help too, but I don't do that. So, but if you see, I have these lovely pill boxes that are from this thingy. I've had these for quite a while, so the words are separating from it. I like these two that they're separate. So if I go and go babysit or something of that nature, if I need to, I can actually take one. I don't have to take the whole thing, which is nice. But let me see if I can get back in. Okay, there we go. So I open them up. As you can see, there's a PM and an AM. But what I do is I set my morning meds on both. So there's 2 weeks done. It just makes it a little bit easier for me in the long run. There's those days I have the fibro fog and it gets so crazy and I can't remember what I'm doing, but this helps with that, so I don't have to worry about my meds at least. This is my multivitamin. Yes, it is the CVS brand. I use this because I can usually get buy one get one, and they're comparative to the name brand, so why not save myself money? Because if I'm buying meds or not meds, but vitamins and supplements and nutrients on a regular basis, it can get expensive. So I go through a couple CVS brand, Nature's Balance, Nature's Way. Those are the ones I tend to stay with. So the ones that are usually on sale. So let me fill these up. The pill size doesn't look too bad. They're not bad. I mean, they're on average size. So I do this. One goes in each of these little boxes here. And I'm just going to keep you with me while I go through this and get it done. As you can see, it's a little tedious to do, but do it once every 2 weeks, get it out of the way. Instead of doing it once a week too, and it saves me another week. So, and I didn't show you, this is my pill bag. This is what I keep my supplements and my pills in. This is just for the use that I'm using for this. It's not the backup. The backup I think I showed you previously. There was a shelving unit that I use for that. So that's what's on my other stuff in. This is Lavazza or fish oil. Fish oil is good for multiple things. It's good for hair, which I have hair, but it's also good for heart. It's good for joints, so it's good for the arthritis and for the tendons. So, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not like fish oil. It doesn't, sometimes you take a fish oil, you get burp and you get that fishy taste. You don't get that with this. This is prescription strength fish oil, so it's actually better for me. And let me get that real quick before my puppy or my kitty gets it. And there it is. Oh. I try to be very careful. I don't want my puppy or my kitty to get my meds. It wouldn't be good for them at all. So let me see if I can finish doing this one. Sometimes I make fun of it. Sometimes I sit here and sing or do stupid, silly stuff. Try to entertain myself because otherwise I'll get bored with it. I did have a problem at one time with what's called pill fatigue from taking so many pills. That's when I was taking a lot more HIV medications, taking my supplements, taking all this other stuff. And I was trying all these new things when I started developing pains and discomfort, and realized that some of it was just not necessary, or it can get combined into others. So I could just take one pill instead of 3 pills or something, which was nice. This is turmeric. I use turmeric with black pepper. I don't think this has black pepper, but this one's just the turmeric. I take that because turmeric is an anti-inflammatory. Fresh turmeric is better. but it's hard to come by, and when it to sit there and grind it and put in tea and all that stuff, not into all that. So I'd rather take it in a pill form, just get it over with. So I usually do one a day. Probably better to do 2 a day, but to save myself cost-wise, since I don't have an income really, I have some money coming in, but not a lot. I need to do something that's going to save money. So I take this 500 milligram, well, it says 450 milligram a day in the mornings. I take most meds in the mornings. This is my gabapentin. Gabapentin is actually was prescribed to me for my what's it called? Neuropathy. I have neuropathy in my legs, in my feet, in my hands. I've had neuropathy before. At one time years ago, I had neuropathy due to HIV medication. So once I stopped taking that, I no longer had to worry about it. But now, because I have all these other health issues, and basically my body is saying, okay, you're old, now you're dealing with this stuff. Old at 50. I hit middle age when I was 40, so I'm like old now. But I have a doctor that I was seeing for a short time, a neurologist that prescribed this. She wanted me to take a lot more than what I do. She wanted me to take 4 of these a day, which is 600 milligram tablets of gabapentin. And I'm like, And I talked to my infectious disease doctor, and she suggested no. Since that doctor's no longer there, she's the one who's prescribing them. She's like, no, just break it down to 2 a day. So that's what I do. I take 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So, then make sure I fill my boxes with my pills. Here we go. These are done. I can hit the next one. And what I try to do too is make sure that I have whatever I need in my bag, so it's ready to go. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes the next time I go and do it, I have to get the refills for it. I also check while I'm doing it if I'm low on something here and I go get the refill. I have an app on my phone. It's a shopping app, and I have different lists. I have one there specifically for CVS, which is the drugstore, and I will have put on that shopping list that I need, whatever the supplement or vitamin is. That way, the next time I go there, I can go ahead and get it. I do that for my grocery shopping. I do it for this. I keep a list on the same app, on the shopping app, of my HIV medication, all my medications and my supplements. I do that purposefully. I can either show my phone to a nurse or doctor or whomever needs it when I'm seeing a new doctor, or if I'm going to the hospital or something of that nature, so they can have the information available. Or if I need to make sure that I'm going to a doctor and they need to keep a list of my medication, I can print it out, bring it with me, and put it in there. It's so much easier than trying to write it all down, or telling them what it is and trying to explain it. It's just all there. It's done. Again, making it as easy as possible for myself. That is my whole goal: is to reduce my stress by trying to make things as easy as possible. Super B complex. It has all my B vitamins in it. It has a conversion of food into energy, which, of course, energy is an issue. Dealing with fibromyalgia, I get sometimes where I don't have any energy at all, or I have very limited energy. I don't know if you're familiar with the spoon theory. The spoon theory talks about we all start the day with a limited amount of what's called spoons, and most of the time you have like 10 spoons. So during the day, those 10 spoons, you have to use those spoons. Those spoons are being used up for activities, whatever you're doing. So sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a spoon, take it. So now you're down to 9 spoons. And then you have to take a shower or brush your teeth, that's another 2 spoons. So you're down now to 7 spoons. And that's just before you even start your day. And then you're getting ready for work or whatever you're doing, that's another 2 spoons. By the time you get to mid-afternoon with working or whatever else you're doing, you may be down to 1 spoon or no spoons at all. So you're still trying to figure out how to push through the rest of the day. And that's where it's the hardest for me. When I get to that, usually, I have bad mornings, bad afternoons too. I've had some really bad ones. But usually in the afternoon, late afternoon or evenings when I get really tired and worn out, which is interesting because a lot of the stuff I do in the evenings for my groups and that type of thing that I do online. So I get worn out and I have to think, okay, what can I not do that's going to save me energy? What can I forego? What is not important that needs to be done today? Maybe I can put it off till tomorrow or next week. Not saying it's not going to get done. It's just not going to get done today. And that's not a problem. That's okay. The house is clean. The kitchen's taken care of. The kids are taken care of. My kids are my fur babies. Things are dealt with. There's nothing of great magnitude that needs to be done right away, so I can push it aside. Sometimes there are things that need to be accomplished in that day or that night, and you don't have any energy, so you borrow spoons from the next day. Well, when you borrow spoons from the following day, that means you start that day with less spoons. So you wake up in the morning and you're exhausted, you're worn out, you don't have that energy to even start your day, so what do? You move on, you push your way through, and then it gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and then eventually it's going to catch up. Try not to do that. I try not to do that, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you gotta go with the flow. Okay, this is my D3. I take D vitamins specifically because I used to get a lot of D nutrients because I used to ride my bike, used to do a lot of outdoor stuff. Now I don't do so much because I get outside when it's too hot and I just can't breathe. It's uncomfortable. I can't do the walking I used to do. I can't really ride the bikes. So I need help. So I use 50 milligram or 50 mcg, which is help with my help with bones and joints and that type of thing. I still do try to stay outside and get some sun when I can, but because I like nature anyway. But sometimes it's not feasible, so this has helped. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Oh, where did I put that? silly me. I'll make sure the rest go back in here. I don't want to, just throw them anywhere. There we go. Okay, so that's good. And this is my vitamin C. I've been paying attention a lot, of course, to what's going on with COVID-19, and it's really suggested to have a lot of vitamin C in your system. I do take a lot of vitamin C anyway. I drink orange juice. I eat a lot of vegetables, things that have vitamin C in it. But I decided to add to it. Just take a pill a day, just to increase my vitamin C level, so I have that protective thing for my system. Because even though I'm on HIV medications, my immune system is protected because I am my viral load is undetectable, meaning that if I went to take a test today, it would show that there's virus there, but it was so low that I couldn't actually transmit it to another person, and that it's not really doing a lot of damage to my immune system. But I'm also a long-term survivor. I've been positive for almost 30 years. So my immune system is a little shot. So why not give it a little extra boost? So I use that for that. Oops. Catch it before it falls. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Ooh, where'd you go? That one's still on the table. Oh, there it is. Okay, did you pull out there? Yes, you did. Okay. That's my problem. Sometimes I can't see where I'm putting things. So, yeah, one's in. Okay, so I start back down. Oh, I'm just all fingers and thumbs. All thumbs. Okay, there you go. There's that one. A few more. Just a few more, then I will be done. This is my Magnesium Complex. It has magnesium. It's for bone and muscle health. Again, I have osteoarthritis, which affects the bones, and not the bone itself. It's actually the cartilage. With osteoarthritis, your cartilage is wearing down, so you have a joint and they have this stuff in the middle that helps keep it protected. That's wearing down, so that becomes bone against bone. It's like hurting, and that's kind of what happens. It's not like it's not like rheumatoid arthritis, something like that. That's inflammatory. It's just that pain from rubbing it. That can be the inflammatory part. But you also don't want that to rub down because you don't want to have to go and use a walker or have to go get surgery or something like that. That's the postponed part. I don't. And my previous doctor said, don't want to get to that point where I'm going to need it. I have in my joints, my knees, my toes, my ankles, my hands, my fingers. So I'm trying to do the best I can to make sure I don't cause myself any more problems. I don't have a lot of control of the fact that I have these illnesses. They are what they are. I do have them. They're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. There's no cure for any of it. But the fact is that even though I have no control over the virus, the problems, so the viruses or the illnesses or whatever it is, I do have some control over how I deal with it. So I'm dealing with it the best way I can, and that's all I can do. You know, can't expect more from someone if you don't have more to give. This is my Deloxadine, and give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta get the refill on that. Hold on one second. I'm coming. Don't worry. Here I am. Okay, I'm back. Okay, like I said, I take some pills in the evening and some pills in the morning. The 3 that I take in the evening, I showed you the one earlier. My Deloxadine is another one. Deloxadine is Cymbalta. Cymbalta is a mental health medication. It's more of an antidepressant. They found certain antidepressants like Cymbalta help individuals with fibromyalgia, that type of thing. Specifically, because they're not really 100% sure about what fibromyalgia is or how it works. They think what it is, someone's been through a lot of traumatic stress in their lives, PTSD or some other things, physical stress, emotional stress, whatever, that it can trigger your brain to not function properly. So my brain is sending signals out saying something hurts and it doesn't, or you're overheated, so you need to sweat, or whatever it is. So what they figured is that this kind of helps with that. If nothing else, it changes the mental process, so you're not quite as, mostly for everyone. He said everyone's different, so this works for me, it might not work for someone else. I see a psychiatrist on a regular basis. I also see a therapist. But my psychiatrist prescribes these. She's part of that medical care. But I take these twice a day, and it does help with how I'm dealing with it on an emotional way, because sometimes it is very difficult to do, to figure out how to manage all of this. People ask, about it, and I've told them before that, I do have a full-time job. My full-time job is taking care of my health. It's not something I want to do, but it's something I've got to do. I'm the only person responsible for me, so I need to make sure that whatever I'm doing it right and I'm doing it well. Otherwise, I'm going to suffer for it, and those around me will suffer with me, and I don't want that to happen for me or for them. So I'm doing my best as I can with what I can. So what I'm doing now is I'm splitting this bottle up. Half goes into my bag and half stays in the bottle, because this will go back on my shelf for my afternoon or my evening meds. And then this one will go in my bag. Ta-da! So that's gone. And then I recycle my bottles. They get thrown into the recycling bin, and I let that deal with it. This is Biktarvy. Biktarvy is my HIV medication. When I first started taking medication, I did a trial years and years ago. That was probably almost 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. And I had to take these big horse pills. I had to take, I think it was 12 of them in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, and 12 at night. And I was working at the time, and those pills made me gag, made me sick, so many side effects to it. It was impossible to take when I was at work. It was just horrible. I was lucky though, because there was people that came before me when the virus first showed itself, HIV, that either there wasn't medication or medication that they were taking, ACT, and some others that were causing them really, really bad situations. Sometimes the medication itself was worse than the virus, and some of them, got sick and died because of it. But after that, I stopped taking meds, and then when at that time you didn't take medication right away. They waited until you got a CD4 or CD4 or your red blood cell count lower than 250, and then they started you on meds, because that showed that the virus was doing its thing. And now they don't wait; they put you on it right away. So they waited until that time, and then they started me on meds. I had side effects of medications, and I won't go into that. It wasn't pretty. That's a whole different story, and maybe I'll tell you about that, but some other time. But eventually, I was taking 3 meds a day in the morning and 3 at night, and I went to my doctor and said, I can't do this anymore. These are older medications. They do have side effects. I needed to start something new, so we started the Biktarvy, and I do have a gut, a bit of a belly, which I think might be related. But I'd rather a little bit of a belly than some of the other side effects. And it keeps me undetectable and makes me feel a lot healthier. So, Biktarvy. Some people are on other medications. There's some really great medications that are out now. It's amazing where we're at with this. They just started, just approved a shot you can take. It's a 2-shot a month pill, or 2 shots a month medication that can be administered by your doctor or nurse or someone else like that. For those that can't take pills or forget to take pills or for that nature, if they if they qualify, the medication is good for them, they can do those shots, and it's so much easier. Would I don't know. I take 1 pill a day since it's part of my regimen. It's not really affecting me, so I probably would say no. But for someone who's newly diagnosed or someone that has problems taking meds, like I said, I think it's a great idea. And hopefully they're talking about doing 1 shot every 6 months, and that would be really cool too. I mean, more options the better. I think it would be great. You have a choice, that's great, because I want to have choices. Anyway, so these are all done. So I want to here, and then this stays here. And let me put all that. Make sure that they're lined up properly in the right days. So I will have all my meds done. I try not to twist them so the meds don't fall out. But see, all my meds are done. They're taken care of and they're ready. So starting tomorrow, I'll be all set for the next 2 weeks and don't have to stress about it. The only things I really stress about will be taking my meds at night. I do take ibuprofen 800 milligrams. I take as needed. I do take that at night because sometimes I need it because I can't sleep at night from the pain. I don't take other pain medications. I'm in AA. I am an alcoholic. I have a family that lives with addiction. I have gone through addiction, so I don't want to add more problems to myself. Yes, I do want to talk to, see about getting something through one of these prescription marijuana places. I don't want to smoke it. I don't want to get high off of it, but I want something that's going to help for those specific days that I'm in such agonizing pain that I can't function, or that I want to scream. I've had a few of those recently, and they're not fun. But again, this is my life. This is the cards I was dealt with. So sometimes you're dealt blackjack. Sometimes you're dealt crap, and sometimes it's more crap than it is blackjack. But when you get those blackjacks, celebrate. Yeehaw! Anywho, okay. Well, now I'm going to go and put this away. I have some things I want to get done around the house, and then I need to rest. So, thank you, and I hope this was educational for you. It was great for me just to be able to talk and get some things out. I do have people I can talk to and people I can spend time with, but this was an opportunity for me to spend some time with you. So, thanks, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.